Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Corey and Kevin Talk About Nothing. If you're tuning in for the first time,
I'm Corey.
I'm Kevin, and today we have a special guest, Jessica.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can
Absolutely.
feel the energy, you know?
Yes.
I can actually
That's
it's coming from
Yeah, you feel it
yeah.
directly.
Yeah,
it's-
I'll reach down.
yeah,
Yeah.
trickle some energy down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very
Wait, let me
special
pour-
episode. All right, go ahead.
Oh.
What?
I was going to say, let me pour you a drink, and then you're supposed to lift your cup.
Oh, and then catch it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. But I'll cheers to that. So, yeah, a very special episode. It's our 101st episode. It's like starting a whole new game.
It is.
Crazy.
And if you're tuning on, like on YouTube, then you definitely know the game's changed back to a little bit of its original form.
Yes.
Just until it gets warmer out.
Yeah.
Studio got a
tolerable,
little
no rain.
cold. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I can do a little while, but too long.
Yeah, that fireplace
Not so
doesn't heat it up.
I think it would. I think it would do a good job, but there's a lot of windows in that room as well. I think that just don't help out with that.
Yeah, there's like no retention. It's just yeah.
It just goes.
You turn the fireplace off and like it drops 10 degrees almost instantly. It's like goodbye heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Very cold.
so.
So yeah, Jessica's tuning in on this episode because there is a very near and dear movie. Nay, a graphic novel. That's where it all started. You know what I mean? You got
Yep.
the chicken or the egg, right? But the graphic novel is what started it all. Watchmen, and the big thing was Jessica had finished it, and she had already watched the movie, right? And you had like an idea of what's going on. You watched the TV show, and you don't really need to watch necessarily for the TV show, but if you did, the TV show is like that much more enjoyable. But it was a lot more fun to go back and rewatch the movie after having read it. So now, you read it. What were your thoughts on Watchmen here?
I loved it.
The graphic
It was-
novel. We'll start with that.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. It was definitely a darker take on some of these superheroes / vigilantes. So definitely really great characters. I'm going to be honest, the first time I watched the movie, I don't remember movies that well, but it was really nice to read it and then get to jump into the movie and see how closely related and interpreted that it was. So, but yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, it's you start to see like why people are like they talk about this as if it's the Bible. You're like this is one of the finest pieces of literature. Wow, out there. Yes, thank you, Corey. That's my copy. He's holding it ransom until he
Perfect.
finishes it.
Yeah.
As long as you don't bend or fold the pages.
Okay, so there's a bed on the front, but it was already there when I got it. I even
And
pointed
I
it out.
folded a page or two.
Yeah.
He just targeted me. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I targeted
Yeah.
her.
He targeted me. I'm leaving.
Yeah. Canceled. Just out.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
We just close her window out.
Yeah.
Meow.
So Corey, you said we were talking earlier about 27 pages, 25 pages from the end here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm getting very, very close. So, but I did watch a movie as well. So
Right.
I mean, and I'm also not gonna lie, I was interested in it to where I watched a YouTube. Okay. and listen, this is what made me so upset about it. It said no spoilers, and then it talked about the ending. It was so. And listen, the worst part about it is the ending was the ending about the book instead of the ending about the movie.
Oh, come on. That's awful.
So then I'm like, wait, what? So like, as they're talking about this in my head, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I was just I thought I was
That's
watching.
not how
movie.
it ends.
Yes, it starts out with all the characters in the movie, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're go. So I'm like, oh, this is about the movie, which I've seen the movie, so it's fine.
Right.
Well,
no spoilers needed, right.
So now I know, at least I know something of the ending that I think that was the big major, like a huge major difference in the book, you know, in between the two, because there's like supposedly some major differences. I've noticed a couple, but nothing like.
I don't think, like, me personally, I don't think there were major differences. I think it comes across the same. Jessica, what would you think? You had recently read it and watched it. What?
There were just a few parts of the movie that were cut shorter than what the graphic novel had portrayed, which I enjoyed the graphic novel because it had the ability to lengthen some of those things, whereas that movie is already extremely long. Had you lengthened some of those scenes, it could have A, felt very unnecessary, or B, just been so damn long. I mean,
I almost
said who would sit through a movie for like 4 hours, but I already know the answer. You would.
And I wanted more, you know?
Yeah.
But Zack Snyder, we do need to talk. Just make one shorter one.
That's true.
Just one shorter movie, and then go back. You know.
Maybe his philosophy is like shorter stuff is garbage.
That's a hell of a philosophy, yeah.
I mean, it's a very direct philosophy, but
it could be though.
Your movie was only an hour and a half. That's garbage. I'll never watch it. I only watch movies that are 4 hours long.
Yeah. Like, how do you ever get that? How do you get the appropriate build up in an hour and a half? Bunch of pussies. I don't know. Maybe he's really intense. I don't know.
I feel like that is true to a certain extent, where like some content is just better laid out, even if it's just like a what do they call those series?
Mini-series?
Yeah, like a mini-series, where it's just like a one season thing.
Yeah, okay.
Like where you can give it its full time. Yeah, it's like 8 to 10 hours long, but it's not in a movie format, so you can do that.
Yeah.
Where you get like some of these movies where you're like, hey, I have a lot to dole out here, and you're like, whoa, man. Yeah. But I am saying that, but I'll tell you what, 3 hours and 35 minutes for the ultimate cut for Watchmen, and it was awesome. Oh. Come on now, right?
I mean, this one's like super appropriate because it is true to the graphic novel. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like there was no way to write something true to the graphic novel and be shortened.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, especially like traveling in the Black Freighter.
Yeah, right. So, Corey, you had watched the 2.5 hour version, right?
I did. I messed up. I didn't know.
No, that's fine. That's fine. If you're reading the graphic novel, you get the.
Yeah.
I have a serious question, and it just came to me, and I don't know if I'm bringing a whole different level to your guys' podcast, but why don't they call cut and uncut movies circumcised and uncircumcised? Just a thought.
Yes, that's a great idea.
It is. Wait a minute.
Now, sir, is that the director's uncircumcised, or is that the director's circumcised? This is the uncircumcised. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. I think it might just be the length of what you're saying, you know?
Yes.
Hey, are you cut or uncut? All right? You know, it's the speed of the conversation.
Get right to it.
Yeah, right.
That's so funny. That's awesome.
That's funny, yeah. Yeah, so really I feel like the only thing you are missing in the version that you had watched is you don't get to see the Black Freighter come to life, which
exactly at all. Like you know what I mean? I missed it. I missed some of it. That's the thing.
Dude, it's like way darker.
It
when
is.
you see it in film. It's super dark. Like, I thought it was pretty grotesque and dark in the graphic novel. Damn.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's all voiced by Gerard Butler, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
If,
All right.
if anything, just go to the cut version. No, uncut version.
You could probably just find it on YouTube
And then
at this point.
fast forward.
Just the parts
Oh.
of the black frame.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah. Then
Work-
you don't have to
work
worry if
smarter,
it's
not
cut or
harder.
uncut. You just go for it. You know?
That's yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the uncut version was still like it was close to like 3 hours.
yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Human bean juice. Is that bean juice? Human bean juice.
Human beings.
You know, Rorschach's great at breaking in and eating people's meals. I'll tell you that. At least he doesn't
Yeah.
go for the expensive stuff. He's just here for the beans.
Yeah. So the one thing I noticed that a difference in the two, that he is actually always eating sugar cubes. In the novel, and that he's not eating them in the movie.
Wow,
That is
you know
true.
that is so funny that I
That's
would
a good
even
call-out.
yeah.
So that's one I noticed. Because there was just something that you just always talked about it, right? So then in the movie, I know they didn't show like every single part, but they showed that, and then there was one other one. Okay. So do you remember? So the last one was. Do you remember the? I'm not trying to ruin anything, but all right. So do you remember where
Ruin
they're breaking
what?
him? What? Well, that doesn't matter. So okay. So
From
you remember when they're breaking
2009,
in to
the
get
graphic
Rorschach?
novel's way older. What?
That's true. That's true. Okay. So remember when they're breaking out?
Rorschach from the prison.
Yeah. Yes. So when they're doing that, so in the comic, I think he got his neck cut in the comic, right? And then he's gonna kill him with a torch. And then in the movie, he has a saw.
That's right. That's right. That's
so he
right.
cuts his
Yep.
arms off,
Yep.
and then you know what I mean. So the one thing, so
You
I
know,
was like, wait, and then all of a sudden when he did that, I'm like, whoa, like that. I did not read that part. You know, like that was crazy.
Yeah, I did not
read
see
that.
that. Yeah, you know what? I think I forget about that because the movie one is so impactful. The way like Rorschach breaks his hands and then forces his arm stuck in there, and Big Figure's just like, sorry, man. You know, like I've been waiting 15 years, dude. Like, we're gonna have to cut through your arms, man.
Sorry.
All that
So
blood just. Shoo. Man. Yeah. Another thing was, I really liked in the graphic novel. Now it makes sense that you could not have this length of interview style going on between the psychiatrist and Rorschach in the movie. That just would have been incredibly too long. But I really love the way they do it in the graphic novel because you really just delve deeper into who is Rorschach and what he does and what makes him tick.
And like, not only that, you get the perspective of how involved someone's like poor mental state can get into the psychiatrist's head.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, 100%,
because you see the backstory of like him
that's right.
taking that case home and his wife pretty much being like, "Dude, you pay no attention to me because you're obsessed with Rorschach." And it's like that would be
right.
really easy to obsess over because he's so different. You would just want to know like why he got to that point or why is he so damaged, which is a sad story. I mean,
he's I always compare Rorschach like Charlie Kelly is just like one bad day away from being a Rorschach. You know what I mean? Like,
I can see that. Yeah.
He's got the same upbringing, same history. Just he's
Yeah.
very naive. Where Rorschach's like, oh no, once you've seen the dark underbelly, you can never turn your back on it.
Right.
Man, I'll tell you, they couldn't have casted a better group of actors for Watchmen the movie.
Agree.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing the comedian 2 off T. Rorschach, I can't remember that guy's name for some reason, but
Yeah.
he was phenomenal. It's every podcast I lose.
Yep.
I
Put
lose
the
my
pressure
ability to pull names out. But Night Owl 2, outstanding. One of my absolute favorite scenes is when he learns of Hollis Mason's death in the bar. I'm talking movie style here, and he looks at that knot top. That's right. I learned my mistake. You know, it's a knot top. And he looks at him. He's like, "What are you gonna? I knew you were gonna victimize me, man." And dude, he just starts crushing this dude, and he's like, "You tell your friends, you're all dead." You know, like the way he's just screaming. He's got just this buildup. You know, this dude's got some inner rage. And then you see him release it again when Rorschach is killed. When he falls to his knees and he's just like, "No," I'm with you. I'm with you, Night Owl, man. I'm with you. Yeah. Oh, it's so sad. Like, I know it had to happen. What a moral conundrum, right?
No.
Yeah.
Do you allow human beings to be what they are, or do you trick them into becoming something better?
You know, it's so dark.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that die. A lot of people. No.
But, like, does our current world need that? Where is our Adrian Veidt?
Whoa!
Just kidding.
Hey, I just stopped recording. No, I'm just kidding.
Remember that window? I'm just kidding.
But I guess we kind of have our events too.
Whoa, right? Okay, this girl's crazy. I guess we have our events. Anyways.
Yeah, yes.
We have tornadoes and earthquakes and tsunamis and hurricanes and
that's like
fires.
Mother Nature's revenge.
Yeah,
poorly
Mother Nature is Adrian Veidt. All right.
Yes, there it is.
There it is.
That's what I was looking for.
There we go. Yes. Mother Nature is. See, we should all be banning against. Well, not against Mother Nature. Maybe let's work with Mother Nature.
That's the wrong message to take away.
All right, guys.
Listen.
Let's reel this in.
Yeah, we're derailing.
Work with Mother Nature. Another one of my absolute favorite moments is when Night Owl and Comedian are taming the crowd, and Night Owl's just like, "Dude, what happened?" And he's like, "This is what happened, man. The American dream, it came true."
Yeah.
This is like what's happening. I mean, it's absolutely wild, and you can tell like there's just so much realism built into this story. There's so almost like Joker-esque, you know, like Joker. I felt was so grounded and so like real that it just pulls you in. It pulls you into that story, and that's Watchmen for sure. It's like, man, I feel like that could happen. You know, that's a real thing. Except for the third term presidency, that ain't gonna happen. No way. No way.
Come on.
So, as material goes, you know, some people are like, "Oh, I thought the book was better. Oh, I thought the movie was better." Corey, I will ask you, obviously, once you're fully finished with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, where are you at with it?
So, I mean, to be honest with you, I think the book itself, but this is the thing that I don't like about it is because I watched the short version. So I have a hard time answering that question right now. Because the book, because don't get me wrong, the movie was, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed the movie. I really thought it was fun. I mean, the scenes, like the fight scenes in this movie were impressive, okay? Where they're in where they're in the alleyway, and all of a sudden,
tops.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, when he broke that dude's arm and then broke the leg, I was feeling the pain right then. I'm like, this is insane. Like, I mean, it was pretty wild, so sweet. And I feel like they did they did a really good job there. I mean, it was, so I have a hard time because I haven't watched it. Honestly, for me, myself, I think I'm probably going to say the movie, probably after I watch the Zack Snyder version of it.
It is just Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder directed the whole thing.
But then what's
uncut.
That? It's just
the
the
ultimate
cut.
Sorry.
It's the ultimate cut. It's just the ultimate cut. So this isn't even uncut.
I'm so sorry. I feel like I've ruined uncut and cut for you guys.
Well, you have, but that's okay. It's actually neither of those. It is actually the ultimate cut.
Okay. So I have not seen the ultimate cut yet.
No, and I get that. Like you gotta experience that that Black Freighter, man. I'm telling you that.
There's
you're
so much
watching
that,
and you can't help but like laugh because you're like, my God, this man is just going further into madness. This is insane.
Man.
All right, I cannot wait. That's
a dark story.
Yeah, the Black Freighter. I love Bernard at the end when he's like, man, what the hell? Like, what kind of ending is that? Yeah, dude. I agree. That's dark shit. But yeah, Jessica, what about your thoughts? You know, you've seen the TV show. You've probably watched the short version. Now you've watched the long version and have read it.
I've been reflecting, and I think that I'm going to go graphic novel.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Something about like using your own imagination.
Yep. 100%.
To like one small frame of what's occurring, and then like you build up your own scenery and environment. I don't know, you build like a better bond with the characters maybe.
I could totally see that. Absolutely.
But I felt like that with any scenario where a book has a movie that follows. I typically have the feeling that I lean more towards the book.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think like the more I have like pushed, oh hey, you need to watch this movie. Hey, watch this movie, and now it's like screw that. Read the graphic novel, then watch the movie, because although it is the same element, same message, same story. You're right.
Yeah.
You build these bonds with these characters because they are all uniquely different. But I mean, shit, what brings them together? The Minutemen, the Watchmen. Who watches the Watchmen? You know, that's littered all over the graphic novel. I love that. Who watches them? It's almost like the Sokovia Accords for Marvel. You know what I mean? Like if the Avengers are just able to go running around doing whatever the hell they want, crashing any building just to save a whatever or stop a bad guy, well, who's above them? Who's able to kind of should it be a government agency? I think The Boys answers that very well. The TV show The Boys, I think it answers that question very well.
Yep.
Corporations and government should not be anywhere near superheroes.
Yeah, that's bad.
I mean, look what happened with Dr. Manhattan. And all right, let's just keep going in. What are your thoughts on Dr. Manhattan?
Go ahead, Corey. You have thoughts.
Yeah, there you go. I just directed the book. You fight over it. Fight over it.
No. So I really, really did like it. Now, okay. So, and I'm just gonna ask the question, even though I haven't finished it yet, just because I just want to dive in. I just want to know. So I just don't care. I'm gonna finish the book no matter what. Okay.
Yeah.
But what they were talking about in the movie, okay. So, and I know I'm jumping straight to the end, but I don't care because I want to know this answer. Okay.
All right.
So at the end of the movie. At the end of the book, do they pin the same thing on Dr. Manhattan as they do in the movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Because what they talked about different was the squid instead of the ball, right?
Yep.
So I haven't totally got to that point yet, right? So I haven't dove in, but I'm just saying like that's what they were talking about in the movie on the thing though.
There's in Watchmen the TV show, it has a whole different storyline, but I mean it's within that same universe, and there's the same characters that pop up, and the squids. It's so funny because the movie does it a little differently. Same outcome though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Same outcome. So literally, I think instead of going, I don't know. Maybe they just went with a judgment call instead of going with a giant squid. They went with these balls of energy. But
well, it's probably an easier thing to do as well. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, that very well could be, but
came out and destroyed.
I'm gonna be honest though, it probably just like made more sense.
Yeah, I mean, why would it be?
Like,
but so the funny thing in the TV show is what Adrian Veidt has like every 7 days or whatever, it just starts raining squids down just to keep people in line. Like, oh yeah, that's right, that did happen, and now we have these squids coming every now and then. It's so funny because
that's in the TV show.
That's in the it's so funny.
No, I have not watched a TV show at all.
Which is perfect because now that you've done all this, dude, you get to find out about Hooded Justice.
Okay.
More about what's her name? Miss Jupiter, but her daughter, Lori.
Lori.
Right? It's Lori, right?
Lori.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like it's the same. Yeah, it's got to be Lori. Anyways, but I mean, yeah, you get to learn about Dr. Manhattan. It's amazing. It's truly a great TV show. Plus, you get to learn a lot about actual history. And things that have been done in this country. So
Yeah.
like Black Wall Street.
Well, that part's sad. Yeah.
It is, but you know how many...
It's good to bring the light, though.
It did. It brought a light to it, and like there's so many people that have never heard of that, never knew what it was or anything like that, and it brought this attention to it where it was like, I can't believe that happened, and now we can at least acknowledge it. You know what I mean?
And, like, Regina King's a badass.
Regina King is amazing. I know.
I love her.
I know.
I love her so much.
I remember...
She's great in anything.
I remember when the credits rolled in for season 2, episode 1 of The Leftovers, and it said Regina King, and I'm like, yes, that is awesome. I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Oh, dude, Regina King. Like, watch the TV show. Regina King is.
All right.
She does
You're
great.
getting me super excited. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean,
she is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such an interesting story that takes place in the same universe. So it's just Damon Lindelof. He's like kind of like the creator, but he worked with a team of writers to do it all.
Okay.
And he won't do a season 2. It's just its own season, and if there were to be another season, it would be somebody else's. He said, everybody who loves Watchmen has their own story to tell about it. And that was his story. So if they wanted to continue, then there would be somebody who loves Watchmen as much as he did to come in and write a story within that same universe, which is really cool. Because that leaves it like, you're not just going to throw crap at the wall with this. You're going to have to come with something that's well structured, because you're not going to come up with a season 2 that's worse. It's HBO. Come on now.
Yeah, HBO doesn't allow BS.
Yeah.
It's different.
What about that Succession, Jessica?
That's a whole different conversation.
Are you as much of as a freak about Succession as Kevin is?
It's wonderful. It's an addicting series.
She's like, as soon as the episode ends, she's like,
I want more. I need to see the sneak peek.
Yeah, she's like, I gotta see the sneak peek. Yeah, it's
peek.
so funny. The sneak peek.
The soundtrack is wonderful.
See?
Yeah, you guys in soundtracks.
This woman's a winner. I got myself a keeper.
I mean, they're just like, it's a really unique perspective on what probably takes place in a lot of corporations behind closed doors.
And very rich family lives.
Yeah, it's just in the raw behind all of the BS political fakeness. Okay. You see what's happening behind closed doors, and it's wild. I mean,
so I read a little bit of an article, and I'm only going to sidestep into Succession just this one moment, and then we'll hop right back. But
2 hours, guys. Let's 2 hours.
But how Succession is filmed is very I've never looked at it this way, but it's actually very sloppy. There's a lot of pullbacks, a lot of adjusting of focus, and it's adjusting its attention for us because we are the people in the room who get to see these things. So it's like a really unique perspective that it brings, and I'm like, it's like this extra element that brings us into this room behind closed doors of some of the biggest decisions made even in the country. But anyways.
Well, like, okay, is it in anyways? I'm just saying, like, for some of these larger decisions, it's like throwing spaghetti at a wall. And some of these decisions, like, you never know what huge decision in the world or in a company take place. It's just like, I don't know, like, fuck it. What's the worst that could happen? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I get sued for $1 million, no big deal.
Yeah, Roman offers that a lot. He's like, what, $1 million sound good? It's like, wow. All right.
Like,
yeah?
I would suggest watching it. You don't even have to be into, like, politics or business to enjoy it.
Gotcha.
It's
I can't remember. I think I'm mixing up them and then what was the other one? Righteous Gemstones. That's
the
another
Righteous
man.
Gemstones.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And White Lotus. Have you seen White Lotus?
I have not seen White Lotus. I've not seen White Lotus.
HBO.
Oh, see, that's what
HBO.
everybody's talking about. All right, I'm about to start diving in.
Yeah, the White Lotus.
Man.
The White Lotus was great, man. I talked about that a lot too. I was like,
yes.
I was
It's
like,
so
you know,
quirky.
it's funny because it took a while to even like kind of get to where it was going, but I didn't care because the journey
It
was
great.
so much fun and so wild that I didn't care. I was like, this show could be about nothing. I would not care.
Euphoria, the Mayor of
Euphoria.
Easttown. I mean, come on,
Okay.
there's just like
Yes. Okay,
so
but
much.
but a big one that it has on there too. Does it not have Watchmen?
Leftovers. Oh yeah, it does. Watchmen too.
Well, yeah, Watchmen, yeah. Okay, wait, Corey just reeled us back in. Okay, I get it.
Here we go.
We call those
full
full
circle.
circles here. We're actually on the verge of changing the podcast to just called the Full Circle.
The circle.
We
Okay,
do.
anyway.
Oh, the circle.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Have you heard about the circle? I'm sure Kevin has never talked about it on the podcast.
He's even had me talk about it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Okay,
man.
wait. Back to the Watchmen. Let's pull it back in. What we're
Yep.
here for. Favorite character.
Kevin, you answer this one. We haven't.
Yeah,
you,
you go.
You haven't been going by.
This is
It's
my
backwards.
favorite character, Rorschach. Rorschach
Okay.
is my absolute favorite because there is no compromise with him. He has the I don't even know, like just the grit to go through no matter what, no matter how dark the consequence, no matter how, I mean, what he has done and already gone through is nothing to him anymore. So he puts himself out there, and he's not easy about it, and he's not gentle about it, and he just tells it like it is. I don't know. I love Rorschach. I love his view. What conflicts me about him is just like the ending. You know, that's why I love him though, because I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could still leave because the right thing might be that he very well might be right, but there's a 50-50 to that, and obviously he had to go, and he knew that. But he no compromise, man. No compromise. I love Rorschach. Number 2 is Night Owl Tool. But anyways.
It's just like,
Yeah.
So and then you
Rorschach.
love the actor. You asked about the actor earlier. I just want to answer this question. I had to pull it
Yeah.
up. Jackie
Earl Haley. Duh.
Yes. Yeah.
Jackie
yeah.
Earl
So
Haley.
I had to pull up my
Thank
phone.
you.
And I'm like, I want to
Thank
tell you. Because he called it out too.
Jackie Earl Haley. Thank you. You did an absolutely stunning job as Rorschach. And
agree.
I love when he pulled his mask on. He's like, "Your turn, Doctor. What do you see?"
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or,
Where's my face?
You're not
Where's
locked
my
up.
face?
I'm not locked up in here with you. You're
Yes,
locked
that's a
up
good-
in here with me.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Everyone's like-
Rorschach.
Yeah.
This dude's crazy. But yeah, you're
So-
right. Like, Rorschach has the balls to stand up for what he believes, and he's
Yeah.
true to what he believes through and through, and he really knows how to silence everyone else's opinions and thoughts and stick to his very strong moral compass. Well,
Yeah.
strong
CC.
belief.
I was gonna say, yeah, it really depends on
That's
how
up
you look
for
at morals there.
interpretation.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
exactly,
lens.
because
Yeah.
you know, it depends on how far you think justice goes, and that's why I love Rorschach, because I think he gives justice the right brand of justice. Which is funny because I love Batman, and Batman's one rule, Batman's one rule. You know what Batman's one rule is, right?
Never seen it before.
You guys don't know what Batman's one rule is.
To catch them all.
Yeah, he plays Pokemon. He plays Pokemon on the weekend.
That's so funny.
I've caught Pikachu with Batman before, but I'm not allowed to tell anyone. Oh,
No,
crap.
no killing.
That's right. You got to live amongst them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't kill him.
Well, no killing. I'm gonna make you
killing.
break your one rule.
Yeah.
That's what the Joker says.
He just makes everybody go to sleep.
I'm gonna make you break your one rule.
It's funny. I in that same video collage that I was watching, the next thing that were like the people were talking about were the Batman and come on, the biggest Dark Knight.
Okay,
man. As I say, sorry, I was like my drew a blank there. I knew it was night something, but I'm like that does not sound right. But yeah, so they were talking about that, and I'm telling you, it's sweet because I mean it's pretty cool. They go into details about it too. So like they tell you pros and cons and like how they and even like in the scene of the actor was this is real makeup sweat. He really went out there and was sweating.
That's
in
cool.
this. Yeah, like Heath Ledger was sweating as being the Joker. So like in the scene where he's in there because he's actually wearing the mask or the whatever he's putting on. He's actually wearing that when he comes out. And I'm like, it just you don't think about it that way. You just think about like he's insane.
Method
Right?
actor.
Yeah, he did a lot of improv work, and basically he designed the Joker and his laugh, the way he talks. That was like all Heath. That's son of a bitch.
That is, I know.
You
so
son
sad.
of a bitch. You're supposed to be in like 10 more.
America's heart just like broke.
Yeah. Well, you know what's interesting? That came out in 2008. What came out in 2009? Watchmen.
Oh, Watchmen.
And Jessica, what is your favorite character? And go.
I'm going to ask the question, so you both have to go first before I answer.
Got it. Corey, and go.
There you go.
That's funny. I mean, I don't know, man.
You finished the movie, right? So
I
at
finished
least
the movie.
you know where it's going.
Exactly,
so.
100%. I mean, I guess I would have to say, like, I mean, the thing is, I have a hard time because not that, like, okay, Night Owl, I guess would be it.
Which one?
What? Night Owl 2.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
right.
bro.
Hollis or Dan?
It's Patrick Wilson, by the way. Patrick Wilson plays Night Owl 2. I remembered the name by myself, and I'm so excited. I had to interject. Yeah.
He is like I'm going to be honest, though. His character is like the best visual. He's like exactly who I envisioned being Night Owl 2.
Yeah,
For
they
sure.
did
They did
one
it
hell of a
yes,
job.
yes.
Yeah,
They did.
Yeah.
I'll give you that for sure.
I feel like in my mind, he is the man I pictured as Night Owl 2.
Rorschach's
Dan.
voice, perfect. Dan Heidberg's face, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, Corey, continue. Why is Dan or Night Owl 2 your favorite?
Okay, so I would say he's my favorite because of the same thing. Okay, so first off, I mean, he's a sweet fighter. I mean, he broke people's bones in front of my face. I thought it was sweet. I thought that was awesome. No, I'm just kidding. No, but for real,
awesome.
no, I just think that he played, and because I'm not going back to the movie because that's like I mean, I read the book recently, but I watched the movie more recent than I've read a chunk of the book. Okay.
Yeah.
So the movie's like more fresh in my head right now.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
But like the scenes of I don't know. I just think that he's really cool. His whole prerogative is sweet, and then like he's kind of like the. I don't want to say he's kind of like the leader, right? He's kind of, I mean, not really the leader, but I felt like not the leader, okay, but I'm just saying like they both took their, they both him and I forgot her name. Hold on.
Lori.
Want to go save Rorschach, right? How do you say it again?
Rorschach.
I like Rorschach. That sounds like.
You want to know about Rorschach? I'll tell you about Rorschach.
Right, yeah. So like that thing, I just feel like he was like the one there. I don't know, man. I just thought like the whole thing was pretty. His whole character was sweet. The thing he flies out of, and I mean, he's kind of like Batman of the Watchmen. I'm just saying.
That's exactly
where my mind was. Like
he's
is
the Batman.
Batman.
Yep.
Yeah.
His parents died. He was left with all this money. He's got all the gadgets, all the suits. I love his suits.
Dude,
I love when he comes out. Yeah, the winter suit is so cool.
Yeah.
The only thing I miss about the graphic novel and the movie is when they're in the winter suits, they don't have their damn segways driving them off. They're walking. Don't walk in the Antarctica. That's dangerous.
That's
Yeah.
dangerous. That's funny.
He's the Batman of this
for sure.
this type of group, and
I
I love
agree.
his costumes. When he drops out of Archie in that whole scene with the comedian, they're subduing the crowd, and he has a superhero landing where his cape flies up and he drops down. That I'm like, dude, I could just like Zack Snyder knows how to like make a fucking scene. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
for
something
sure.
as simple as that just had so much pizzazz to it, I guess. Pizzazz. Which is still sitting on our front porch. But anyways,
Yeah.
so I like that you went with Night Owl too. That's very cool.
No.
Yeah. Archie, by the way, Archimedes is Merlin's owl pet. That's his flying machine. It's called Archimedes. Archie. Hey Corey, are you reading this graphic novel? I'm just kidding.
I am reading a graphic novel. I thought you were talking about something different. Okay.
I gotcha. I'm just kidding though.
You did like kind of segue thoughts into a comic strip.
That's just saying. It threw me. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Where did you go with this?
That was a Kevin brain moment.
Whatever.
Like you had a conversation.
Yeah.
Without
I'm gonna tell him about Archie. I'm gonna talk about Archie right now.
But then, completely segued and expected us to be on that same level. Kevin.
Anyways, Jessica, your turn.
Favorite character.
So, I don't know if this would be a fan favorite, but I think Dr. Manhattan.
That's a big fan favorite. I mean, the dude's a baller.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's.
I feel like he's got a real his story. I really fell in love with just his concept of time, in the graphic novel specifically, reading through his time jumping while he was in Mars was just amazing to me and so exciting and just different. And he's so complex because here he was leading this totally normal life, and then one day his life just completely transforms. He rebuilt himself, and now he's just this big cell house of energy and just so bizarre to talk to because of his concept of time. And I could just see where he's so frustrating to talk to. Lori, of course, is so drawn to him and loves him, but my God, it would be so hard to communicate with something like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, his story is really sad to me because he had this quote unquote normal average life up to that point, and then a completely transformed.
Yeah, I that is just one of the greatest things of Dr. Manhattan. It's literally why he won't call himself by his name, because that person doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But he still remembers. He still has those memories.
Right.
And it's incredible that even his own memory jumps so much.
Yeah.
Because time, it is the perfect show and tell of how his brain works and how nonlinear he is. Because even when you just go through his memory, it's different pieces, different parts. But if I could just listen to the soundtrack while reading the graphic novel, the music that's in the movie when he starts, telling his story about, it's whatever year it is that he meets, is it Janie Slater?
Janie? Yeah.
Janie? Yeah. And she buys him a beer and all that stuff. But then it jumps even then, and it's so incredible because it's funny. What does he say? I know Kevin's jumping around here, but he even says my dad stopped making watches once Einstein said time is relative or something like that. He's got just all these interesting thoughts, but yet what he's drawn to is still clock, still time. It's still ticking.
Yeah.
What he builds on Mars is a giant clock. I mean,
right.
It's just he's an incredible being, you know.
Yeah. His time is very, should I say, Jeremy Bearimy.
Yes! Yes! It's very Jeremy Bearimy.
Very
yeah.
Jeremy Bearimy.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
But
I miss that show.
I know. But I've had the most fun in his background.
Yeah, okay.
So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Good choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like, you know, I would have to agree with Corey at this point. I've obviously watched the movie more and have recently watched the movie than reading. So a lot of what's coming to my mind is more movie-esque.
Yeah.
But, you know, part of like the things that are just absolutely so interesting to me about John is that he's so fixated on fixing this energy problem on Earth, and what for, right? He's like has no stake in it. He's not among them anymore. He's becoming more and more disconnected. And there's that scene even in Vietnam where the comedian is an absolute horrible human being, but then he says something to John. He's like, you could have turned the gun to whatever.
Yeah.
You could have turned the glass into whatever, but you didn't. And it's like just you can see this degradation of John looking upon a human as if they're interesting anymore. As if any of their decisions make any, you know, like they don't matter to him. And it's such a mind fuck of a way to think and process. And yeah, the Jeremy Bearimy for sure, because you're just like, dude, this guy's all over the place. That's a great pick. It's a great pick.
Back at you guys. Good picks.
Yeah.
I liked it.
You know,
I mean, they're all great characters. I don't think
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
too far.
you know, all of the picks are great. Now, I would say one of my favorites is, you know, Shamefully the Comedian. It's not because he's a stand-up gentleman, because he's not. It's not because he's a good person.
No.
It's not. But he has like this interesting outlook. You know, when you watch movies and they bring you out of your own headspace and they kind of put you in a different thought process, it's interesting to see somebody else's thought process. I mean, here he is dressing up with the Watchmen, but then mocks them. You know, everything's a joke to him, and then you really get to find out that it is just a joke, and he's part of it, and he's not so sure how he feels about that. And I think it's just such a complex human being to go cry to your arch enemy, Moloch, and it's just an interesting character. And I think like the representation that Jeffrey Dean Morgan did was just so stellar that I mean, he's far different of a character than you normally see. Is what I'm getting at. He's not a favorite because he's a do-gooder. I can tell you that.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a big old POS.
Yeah.
Real piece of shit. But it's
He's got the slick back hair with the
Yeah.
sloppy steaks.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
That's almost a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Definitely a piece of shit. I have a hard time. I mean, I like the perspective of his own inner battle, the irony of him being called comedian.
Exactly. He is his own viewpoint.
He's just a dick, though.
Yep.
Straight up. Yep.
He's fucking awful.
But that's
Exactly.
him, and I could not see Watchmen without him.
Yeah. So, actually, okay, I'll agree with you there. I mean, because to me, like that's what actually made the whole beginning of the whole thing. Like,
Right.
that's what made it all
Comedian
split. The movie.
died.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
So it's like,
I mean,
and you got Lori out of it, and you can even see the turmoil of
Yep.
Miss Jupiter
Yeah,
when
Miss Jupiter, Sally.
she loves him and
Hates him.
he raped her. So it's like he's a complicated
Well,
person.
I don't know because Hooded Justice stopped that. So I would say there would be sexual assault, but they talk later I guess I would have to reread the graphic novel then, because from what they hint at in the movie is she went back to him or back with him.
I don't know if I'm being assumptuous or not.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess I would have to get
fact check it.
Yeah, I guess I would have to reread in the graphic novel and kind of get that, because sometimes the movie can give you a different interpretation of kind of what happened. But
yeah,
no,
at the time my brain went to rape, but
well, I mean they definitely allude to that in the with the pool table and Hooded Justice coming in and all that. But Hooded,
I'm like, I wonder
Justice.
if yeah, I'll have to fact check it. Regardless, though, that was his intent.
Exactly. Regardless, though, he's
absolutely,
yeah. Like at the end of the day, that was the intent. So
yeah, he went to do that. So
yeah, right.
Yeah.
That exactly.
Yeah.
He's
inexcusable.
Yeah. I do love, because in the graphic novel they spend a lot of time on the Minutemen, and you don't really learn too much about the Minutemen. But the intro has a lot of like the tidbits of what happens, like Mothman being taken away because he went insane, Dollar Bill getting caught in the revolving door with his cape and getting shot.
Wait, I just got like a flashback. The graphic novel literally has like a whole portion where you're reading the they have like
Under the
different
Hood
books. I don't know if it was actually in that portion or there was also a different portion, but maybe it was. I'll have to recall. However, there's a whole segment of where capes were eliminated from costumes because of all of the different cape deaths.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I like that. Yeah.
And it's funny because like you don't get any of that except for the very beginning intro, because they also have I can't remember their names, the lesbian couple that Hooded Justice they think Hooded Justice disposed of them. Remember? Yeah, so they only kind of like put that in the intro as well.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, the Mothman always cracked me up because like he actually just went insane, you know? like these people are dressing up and it's kind of insane, but like this guy dressed up and he was like actually insane. Yeah. But yeah. So there were some definite differences between the graphic novel and the movie, but I love them both. And now having this conversation with you guys, once Corey's done with it, I'm probably gonna
read it.
Yeah, I'm gonna reread it because
Do it.
I feel like I'm slightly disconnected, especially after I just brought up Minutemen. I'm like, holy crap! Like there's like all these sections that you learn about the Minutemen and or even the beginning of Watchmen. Because there's a lot in there too. But anyways, yeah. So 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up. I'll be watching the series soon.
Yeah, definitely do
so
that.
Good.
No.
It's absolutely excellent, and it gives like this interesting twist to the Watchmen history that goes into a whole another story, and it's so beautifully done. It's really stunning. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, for all you listeners and all you watchers out there, let us know what you thought about Watchmen the movie, whether you watched the cut, uncut, or ultimate cut.
Never again.
And if you've watched the graphic novel and TV show, let us know if you've watched it all, if you've read it all, if you've got, I've got the film companion, because you can't have enough, right?
No.
There's not enough Watchmen out there.
Not one bit.
So yeah, let us know what you guys thought, who your favorite character was, who your favorite, what your favorite moments were. Let's leave it with what was for the movie's sake. What was your favorite, Jessica? What was your favorite scene in the movie? Oh, is that a tough?
It's okay.
Okay.
Let me just sit and think on it for one moment.
Corey's like, okay, Jessica, you take as long as you want.
I got some time to think.
Well, while you guys are thinking, I'll just talk over the airwaves here and tell you all about. I already told you guys mine.
Did you?
Oh yeah, when night. They mostly deal with Night Owl. You know?
Too. Yeah. With that top knot.
Not top.
Drop top.
Drop top. Not top.
Okay. Favorite scene.
All right, so yeah, you guys go ahead and think about it. We'll talk about some other awesome scenes from that movie. I'll tell you what. What?
No, I was just saying this was like I didn't
You
expect
got
this.
No. Yeah, I figured.
I mean, I have a couple I'm already thinking about, but like it's just which one's my favorite?
Which?
Okay.
Which would be your favorite scene? Yeah.
What
was like the most impactful? What felt more Watchmen than you were like, wow, that feels like that's straight out of the graphic novel. I loved it. Whatever.
Well, okay.
Can I say the? Oh.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
The
Jessica?
Dark Freighter.
The Black Freighter?
Black Freighter. I said dark, yeah.
The Black Freighter.
I would say, could that be like a continuous
Yeah,
scene?
oh, absolutely. Because I mean,
like,
it is all one, yeah.
That brought that whole story to life for me, more than what the graphic novel did in my mind.
That's very cool, yeah.
I cannot wait to watch it. I might honestly do it
great.
tonight after this, so
great.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's on the voodoo. All right, Corey.
Okay. All right. So, so it's hard. All right. So I don't know, because like I have my favorite, like it depends like I guess what kind of like what mood I'm thinking about it that I'm in. Like so my favorite most impactful, or like my favorite like just overall scene of like, because then you gotta, like you said already, like the Zack Snyder, man, you gotta like and take in what he does and how he makes every scene to what a scene is, right? So
Yeah,
it's like,
for sure.
It makes it difficult, like so because he does a fantastic job. But I think one thing that really like, and I don't want to say like, oh, this is my favorite scene, but like, okay, a scene that brought me in is like, and I keep bringing it up, is that fight scene in the alleyway. It showed to me that like that these guys are like who they are, right? Like it's just, it kind of gave you that whole entire, not that you don't know, but I'm just saying like the vibe to it, and it just was like,
they're not fucking around, like they'll whoop your ass.
Yes, bring it, and it's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
So that's so like when that, so like I'm just like, that is awesome, like this is sweet. I'm so excited for this, you know. And then, I think like so I guess like you said too, the first time that him and like when they go rescue Rorschach. For some reason, I keep wanting to call him Rorschach. I don't know why. Rorschach. Okay. So like when they drop down, and like just like that entire situation as well is how like you kind of got the whole vibe of their superhero, non-super, like this whole type of thing that was just like, I loved it. And then you got Rorschach in the jail cell, you know, having people's arms get cut off. He's smashing people's faces through sinks, you know. And then then it's just, I just think like the whole thing was just like that whole, I don't know. I just think that was sweet. You know, I just really, I think Zack Snyder did a fantastic job doing that, and that's what I feel like brought me. Now that's one thing that I will say that's probably a little bit different in the graphic novel than the movie, though. The graphic novel did not go into much detail about the fight scenes, I don't think. It was like, and that's where I think Zack Snyder made it that much better to bring me back, like into like, you know, like that just made me excited, because you don't read about that in the magazine. I mean, in the book. So
I gotcha. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
So I just think like if I had to pick something on the fly, that would definitely be it. I think as of now.
That's
so
perfect.
You just reminded me of. I liked the artistry of a scene where he was like, or Rorschach was like, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. And Lori and Dan were like, damn it, like, what are you doing? We're trying to get you out of the prison. And here he is killing what's-his-face.
Big figure.
And, yes. And I love how the door...
Oh,
he's forcing Big Figure further into the corner, and the door's just showing a little less.
I was like, that is
yeah.
Okay, that's some great cinematography.
It is. It's just so unique and so different. You know, I mean, we've seen the blood and guts already. So to not show something was a choice. It was very cool. Yeah, I like that a lot.
I liked it a lot.
That was actually going to be one of the scenes I brought up. The entire fight scene with the comedian in the beginning, though. I think it's the very first thing you see, and it draws you in. I kid you not. I think it's like you put that on, and I start watching that, and I'm in. I'll watch the whole thing because I'm just in. It hooks me right there. It's
no.
Zack Snyder's fight scenes, the way he does these things, they're just top notch. They just, I don't know.
Okay, so
Agree.
one thing that I have a question about, not that I have a question, but okay, remember the video I was talking about that I pre-watched for this? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you brought up Zack Snyder in that scene, right? So in the scene, I don't remember seeing it myself, but they showed it. Do you remember when the comedian emptied the cup and threw it at the door? In the movie.
Oh, yeah. He pours,
okay,
he pours the coffee out and then throws it. Yeah.
And then throws it at him, okay? So do you know what number room that he's in?
420?
Nope.
What is it?
300.
Oh!
Because Zack Snyder just did 300. That's where they got, I swear, they even brought it up. I'm like, that is so funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would not have, that's really cool.
And then in the thing, like, you really, like they show in the YouTube that it's actually, they really zoom in, and just where the cup hits it, slow motion shatter with 300 behind it.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. Oh my God,
so
I got
funny.
it. Yeah, so that's funny.
That's sweet.
All right. Well, that concludes Watchmen talk.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Right.
We did it, guys. We definitely did it.
We did
Watchmen.
So, we watched an additional movie.
We did.
Because if we don't do these double features, sometimes we get really backed up, and it's really hard to keep up with content. Right?
We just celebrated a 100th episode too. So that's 1 week that we've missed now. So
exactly right. All right. So the second movie that we watched, Goodbye Watchmen. I love you, and we'll talk
sad
about
it.
I know. Like we can keep talking about it for another 3 hours, but we can make this a Zack Snyder episode. 4 hour
I'm okay with it.
It's the uncut version.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. But no, we watched a second episode or a second movie, and it's a movie that's on Netflix. Just came out. It's got Dwayne Johnson. It's got Gal Gadot, and it's got Ryan Reynolds, and it's called
Red Notice.
Red Notice.
Yeah. All right. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? I'm gonna go with Corey. What were your thoughts on this movie?
I mean, okay, so I enjoyed it. I mean, I think they played their parts pretty well. You know what I mean? And I think like the twists and turns in it, like especially like the ending. Honestly, I'm gonna give you 100% honesty. Did not expect it or see it coming, even though they built you up the entire time. I did not see it coming. Okay, that's my main process. So.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I actually thought it was a different pairing.
Yes.
And I was like, what? Of course. Why not? Like, fantastic job.
Yes.
Fantastic job.
Did not expect it whatsoever.
Same.
So,
Bishop.
wait. I know. Come on. I like how he kept trying to say, and that's a checkmate.
Yeah.
I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. So, but yeah, so like, I mean, there's definitely. The only thing is I gotta say about it, some of it wasn't. I didn't laugh as much as I thought I was going to, especially with those two characters. I mean, there's still funny parts. Like I still laughed. I still enjoyed it. I'm not complaining about anything like that. But for some reason, I don't know why, I just felt like it wasn't as funny. I don't know if Ryan Reynolds. I mean, he's hilarious, but sometimes, like even in Deadpool, to where it's almost like too far, and I'm stopped laughing at it. I think, honestly, like it's my opinion. It's like too smart assness, like for no reason, right? You know what I mean? I can laugh at it so much. But then it gets to like a certain point, you're like
Too much.
Yeah, come on. You know what I mean?
See, that's that's funny that you say that because I agree. Like, I think there's a fine line. He does a very good job, in my opinion, of not crossing over too often up to where I'm like, okay, now you're annoying. I usually just find Ryan Reynolds hilarious, and this movie, I thought he was toned down. I did not think he was
really
his like normal. Just, I mean, obviously, like he had something to say for everything, but
every scene he's talking something. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like it's not a macho thing. Like he does a whole bunch of things in there that are like, you know, you got Dwayne Johnson right next to you. You're not going to be the macho guy, right? Like,
well that's true. Yeah.
And so like I felt like he played like more of this art thief, this character better because he wasn't like some sort of meathead shit talker. He was just like this smart ass because he just generally is smart. He's escaped a certain amount of prisons, 5 prisons.
Dun, 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 dun.
But I don't know. I actually thought he was toned down. He made me laugh. Dwayne Johnson, I thought was really funny because he's just so damn grumpy the whole time.
The whole time. I know. It's so funny. Yeah, that was not, and that's not like him. Usually he's opposite of that.
I know, and I thought it was perfect. I thought it was a great movie. I thought Gal was hilarious because she's just like, she's just like screwing with these guys, and then when you get to the end, it's even more
sense.
And it's even more funny.
Yes.
Well, obviously, you know my thoughts already then, because I thought it was funny. I really enjoyed it.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. For some reason, Ryan Reynolds didn't bother me this time. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, you bother me. But anyway, I'm just
kidding. It's fine. Asshole. I mean,
Jessica, what about you?
Yeah. If you don't, Ryan Reynolds, I'm just kidding.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I did not get annoyed with Ryan Reynolds in this, but I do understand what you mean by sometimes he could be overkill with his comments. Like, you don't need a rebuttal or a sarcastic response to everything.
No, everything.
Deadpool 2 probably did that for me, where I'm like, okay, bro.
That's where my stems from. And that's like the last thing I've seen with him really in it like that. I'm just like, golly. So he comes straight into this. I'm like, yup, here we go. I just get in my head. I just, you know what I mean? Instantaneous. So. And
it becomes expected. So like, I guess you probably set yourself up for that feeling of annoyance. But, yeah, I enjoyed it. The only thing I thought was ridiculous were, you know, sometimes action things just become ridiculous for me, which is why I don't think I could watch all the Fast and the Furiouses. I know I just broke a million hearts everywhere, but whatever. Them escaping the prison and then them having these full functioning old vehicles from the Nazis, like, okay. Why were there A, so many vehicles, and B, how are they still functioning and have fuel that isn't just like waste?
Yeah, it's so funny because I agree with you 100% about the fuel and the cars. They walk down, there's one car.
Oh, yeah,
somebody
now
else
there's
walks
enough
down there,
for...
there's a
then
TN.
you got like one car.
I thought it was so funny. Like, wait a minute.
All right,
you know, like that's the thing.
There was a moment. All right, so when Ryan is driving the helicopter and the RPG is coming, and Dwayne opens up the other side. The groan I heard from Jessica was like, "Are you kidding me?" I laughed so hard. I'm like, "That's what did it."
I was so pissed. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh man, I thought it was so funny.
I mean, I'll agree with you that that scene is ridiculous, but that's also,
I feel like Corey and I have watched so many ridiculous action movies that we're like, oh, it's fine. That's way more believable than the shit we've seen on Fast and the Furious. So like that gets a pass.
I mean, it totally fits into the movie, but overall, I enjoyed it. I stayed awake.
Yeah.
We all know that is a feat in itself.
You know why? We made sure that we had to watch Succession afterwards.
Oh.
Maybe that is why.
It's Kevin.
My motivation.
Yeah.
You got to put Succession after it.
He dangled it on a.
I got a stick, and you're running. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, how long is this movie? All right, let's go.
Yeah, we're good. All right, so it's funny. So did you guys get the Fast and the Furious reference, kinda, in the Red Notice?
Are you talking about Vin Diesel's Cat's audition tape?
Yep.
Yeah, we were trying to look it
up,
but it's not an actual Cat's audition tape. But I guess Ryan Reynolds still swears that it exists.
That is
and
so. Well,
he wants it released. I'm like,
that's not.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Does Ryan Reynolds and Vin Diesel not get along?
I have no idea, but maybe
okay.
he just made a movie with Dwayne, and Dwayne and Vin.
True.
They don't really. Well,
that's why. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So but did you hear though?
Vin Diesel's trying to get Dwayne to come back to the series.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I don't know. I feel like Dwayne does not need money, so you cannot just dangle some money in front of him and be like, okay.
Yeah, sure. We're friends now.
Yeah. You're gonna have to dangle something else. You're gonna have to make a blood sacrifice, I mean, yeah. I saw a Reddit article that was like, why would somebody ask for blood to be drawn? Why does in any movie there's there has to be blood for a sacrifice or for some sort of ritual? They always go to cut the hand. Why would you cut your hand?
What would you cut? Okay, what would you cut?
Blood pact. Why are we cutting our hands? Can't we just make I don't know, the back of my arm right here, maybe up here so nobody can see it. I don't know, but why there? Corey just went for it. He's seen too many movies. He's like, I'm doing it right now with a rusty knife. Oh, botched it. That's a botched one.
That's a botched one. Yeah.
What's something that bleeds real quick, like a paper cut?
Yeah,
a lot.
There you go.
Take a piece of paper and.
There you go. Oh, but those are the worst. I'd rather just cut my hand.
Exactly. Yeah, I would give me a razor blade. I'm gonna slice my hand open.
Yeah. I'll just cut my hand off.
Yep. I actually almost got. Almost got one today, and I was very upset about it. But anyways.
You cut yourself?
No, I didn't cut myself actually, but I felt it, and I instantly stood up. I'm like, yep, I cut my finger, and I didn't know.
Okay.
No cut. It was like a little. Well, it was like a little I think it just got the top layer, but it hurt just like a real one. I'm just saying because I peeled off. Nothing's there anymore. But anyway, sorry. It was traumatizing. It just happened today.
Traumatizing. Getting PTSD over here.
Well.
Yeah. So, Red Notice.
Yes.
I liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It kept it moving. I liked the chemistry between Dwayne and Ryan.
Oh yeah, they were very funny
and
together.
Gal.
That's the thing.
Gal was very funny, man. The way she just fucked with them was just absolutely hilarious.
Amazing. Yeah.
Also, our boy Trace Camas.
Yeah.
So Corey doesn't get that because he didn't watch Silicon Valley, but hey,
another
full circle HBO show. Yeah. But he is the boom mic operator for The Office.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yes.
I
you
always
brought that up.
forget
Yes,
that.
you did. Yeah, that's so funny. Okay.
So that dude's voice had us cracking up. The way he talked like this.
Yeah.
The last time we saw him in Silicon Valley, he's this really eccentric billionaire guy, and then to see him like this is just it was just so weird the way he
my
talked,
favorite.
man.
Yeah. I'll get it out of him. You choke him to death.
Yeah. That's how you get it out of him.
Yeah.
I loved how he came back and was pulled the gun out but couldn't see.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
That's awesome.
Oh man. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a watch. It's not something that I'm whoa, this
the
blew
best
me
movie in the
away.
world for sure. Yeah.
But it did come packed with a twist that I did not see.
Thank you. Good ending. Do you want to know what the Rotten Tomatoes are?
What is it?
Oh yeah, what?
35%.
Ooh.
Whoa, that's low.
That is low.
I wouldn't put it that low.
I would say
it.
I'd say 65. I'd give it a 65.
I was gonna give it between 55 and a 60. I would say. Just the movie plot is not. It's not. the transition of everything is sweet and the whole idea of it's sweet, but like really, that's like they went through some major things in this movie. I think they traveled across like the whole, you know, a lot of world over there in a very short amount of time to get to a certain product.
Hey, it's the typical action movie. Hey,
That's
we
true.
got to go here. Hey, we got to go here. Hey, we got to go here. Hey, there's a big fight. Here's a big fight. Hey, we got to go here.
There's no travel time. You go from here to here in about 10 minutes.
You know what, though? You know
What's
what?
that?
Yeah.
We're going to show it.
Yeah, we're going to show it.
Full penetration, crime fighting, full penetration, crime fighting, until it just sort of ends. It's always sunny, Jessica.
Yeah, it's always
Come on.
sunny. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always sunny. Come on. Shyamalan twist.
Yep, Shyamalan twist.
I've
Kevin,
been
you better
writing
start watching them. You better get on it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I haven't been binging Sunny in a long time.
Well, it's crazy.
We're
'cause
about
it's
to. December 1st.
December 1st comes out, so you're gonna have to
Very
get
good.
back on it.
Okay, so 35%, you know, that kind of makes sense. 35%.
I didn't like that.
What?
No,
I did not like this. I didn't like.
I was like, yeah, but you
got
got to get on it, and then she was like, she was
A lot of fapping. Is they call it flapping?
flapping. Yeah,
Flopping?
there it is.
Fapping? Flapping. What is it? How to spell it?
Flapping? No, I think it's fapping. F-A-P.
Fapping.
Fap, fap, fap. It's because of the sound effect. Fap, 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 fap.
I get it now. Okay.
So anyways, Red Notice. I still think, even though it's a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes, that's never stopped us before.
No.
We've watched way worse.
We watch way worse. Yes, that is. We've actually watched worse and then have better ratings.
Bro, I just wanted to bring this up. The Vault or Way Down, because I just don't know what the fuck the title is. That gets a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ridiculous.
And this gets a 35.
Ridiculous.
This was way better of a heist and art theft movie than that garbage. Whatever.
Yep.
I'm not gonna get freaking crazy right now.
Oh, yeah?
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go on a rant about how these scores are wrong. But anyways, yeah. What would you say, Jessica? We talked about Red Notice. We kind of just went over it because we're like, it was a movie, right?
Yeah.
It's got these actors that I think it was really just a medium to put these actors together. It worked
Which I
for
like
me.
them all together. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I liked it. I enjoyed the chemistry between the characters and the fun that they had. I'm good with it. So, Corey, any end comments?
No, I mean, it's definitely a watch. I would tell you to watch the movie as a comedy, fun movie, and I think other than that, that's about it, man. That's all I got about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Jessica? What would you tell our audience? Would you tell them to watch it? Would you say, nah?
I'd say, like, if you're sitting at home on a cold Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
Yeah, Thursday's
Tomorrow's
a big
your
day.
Friday, so, like, you're willing to stay up a little bit later. Like, if you're bored, you've binge watched everything. You've seen Squid Games, you've seen all the HBO series.
You've watched you've watched Watchmen. You've read Watchmen.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'd say watch it. I'm very neutral. I enjoyed it. Would I pick it out of movies to rewatch?
No.
If it was on the TV on loop for like 80 days, like they do with most comedies, I'd be like, okay, I put it on the background.
Very cool.
Boom.
Red Notice, you've been endorsed by Jessica. And I was just kidding.
Yes.
She'd watch you on a Thursday for 80 hours on loop. Anyways, that's a dedicated. She's like, that movie was 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. I love that shit. But I'll only watch it on a Thursday.
Don't you dare.
And I'll stay up late.
Dare.
I'll stay up late on that Thursday. That's awesome.
Okay, so it's like oddly specific.
It was oddly specific, but I liked it.
Yeah, but it worked.
Let's give these people some rules to follow.
Absolutely.
Like Batman's one rule. Let's follow Batman's one rule. That doesn't always work. There's monsters among men. Dogs get put down, as Rorschach says.
Yeah,
Truth.
I mean that dude deserves definitely die.
That's what I'm talking, right? Men go to jail. Dogs get put down. Anyways, we'll leave you guys on that. Watchmen. Red Notice. Let us know if you watched it. Let us know what you thought. Blah blah blah.
Shoot us an email.
But I'm like way more interested on your thoughts on Watchmen though.
Yes.
So
Watchmen.
let us know.
Way more interested to understand how many people watched Red Notice on a Thursday.
That's true.
Okay. That's
If
a
you
good
have.
idea. I like that idea as well. Hit us up. Corey, what's the email address to hit us up at?
CK talkaboutnothing@gmail.com.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And,
you want to hit us with that Twitter though?
Oh, on Twitter? Oh, yeah. It's at Corey Kevin 1.
Easy.
You type that in, you found us.
Yeah.
You tell us your thoughts. If you watch Red Notice on a Thursday, I mean, let us know. I mean, that's a feat.
Seriously.
That's a feat
That
of
is.
strength.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping we get somebody to tell us that, because then
I hope so.
That'd be awesome.
My faith in humanity will be restored. If somebody has watched Red Notice on a Thursday, they stayed up late, and
They're like we watched it the same day we watched you guys.
Cool. I like it.
It's gonna be me. I'm gonna be that troll commenting to you guys.
Yeah, that's true. Jessica.
yeah, she'll even have like a real terrible fake name that she brings up. Like we'll be like, that's definitely
Not
Jessica.
Jessica.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not Jessica. That's a dead giveaway.
Are you guys use your daughter's name?
Yeah. Right.
That's awesome. It's not her. That's funny.
All right. Well, I think we did it, guys. We made
did
it
it.
under 2 hours. We talked about Watchmen for a
Very long time.
very long time, and we could have gone longer. I know that.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll bring it up again. Who knows?
it. Yeah.
But for now, I do have a question. What are we watching next?
I don't know. All right. So there was the new Marvel movie. I don't know if you guys have Disney or not.
Oh, Shang-Chi. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So I just recently purchased Spider-Man Far From Home. You've watched that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Jessica and I need to watch that.
Okay. I will rewatch it if you guys want to talk about it.
Okay, why don't you do both?
Oh. Watch
I'm in.
Spider-Man and Shang-Chi. I want to watch Shang-Chi. I'm definitely down. You want to watch
Cool.
that? You want to do that
Yep.
then?
Yep.
Let's do it. Excellent. So we'll watch Spider-Man Far From Home because I haven't even watched the trailer for the new one yet because I refuse.
Gotcha.
I don't know
Get
what's
away.
going on. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on in this universe.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Get it together. Get it together because there's a lot to come
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Because after that, eventually we'll have to watch Eternals and.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want
go
to
from
definitely
there,
get these
so.
two in first. So.
All right. So Spider-Man Far From Home and then Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings. Bingo. All right, Jessica.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having.
Yes, thank you,
thank you so
Jessica.
much for being with us today on our podcast talk show.
Yes,
It's
fantastic.
you're actually our very first guest of this format, I believe, right? I don't think
Yes,
we've
that's
had
true.
a guest
Yes, it is.
since
No,
moving to this format. So
no.
how did
Well-
we do? Did you have fun?
Yeah, thank you for having me. There was one point in the beginning where you had mentioned the term game, and I wanted to bring up how I was on it previously, but the last time I was with you guys, it was in a game format.
Yeah.
So this is very different, but I enjoyed this, and I wanted to see how you guys feel getting through 100 episodes, and now 101.
Oh, it's awesome.
Surreal.
It's actually crazy to think about. We did that already. Actually, to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin, when you think back on it, does it really feel like you've done 100 episodes?
Not at all. I mean,
That's
I
the
feel
thing. It's
like,
just- it's
we skipped like 70 and 80, and we're
Yes.
like, wait a minute, we're in the 90s
Huh?
already? What
Yeah,
happened?
it's crazy. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane. I mean, yeah, so I mean that's the biggest thing. I mean, it's fun. I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's making me watch a bunch of stuff that I have not wouldn't even
Yeah.
like you wouldn't even get consideration for, which I think that's like really sweet. I mean,
Yeah.
So I definitely I'm having fun. So.
Yeah, I would have to say that having you as a guest on for doing the trivia game, that was a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
having like this open forum talking about what we have just watched as well was a lot of fun as well. So
Yeah,
we would
for
love
sure.
to have you on again if you would like. So
Yeah. You let
I'll
us.
be
know.
I'll be like that guest who just lingers. I just join every podcast. You're like,
done,
Yeah.
done.
no.
Corey and Kevin and Jessica talk about nothing.
Yeah, there you go.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, why not?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's fun.
But
All
But I
right.
do appreciate it. It was fun.
Well, thanks for joining us. That was a lot of fun. You're
Yes.
our first guest in this format, which is hilarious because it's our 101st, and I don't even know how long we've been doing this format now.
quite a while.
Quite a while. So
Wow.
Yeah.
it feels good to actually have somebody else. Instead of
Absolutely.
having to be talking to Corey.
Yeah, seriously.
Awkward.
No,
At least
and
nobody got
it's-
to put anybody like in a trivia position, you know. Like,
Well, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Because now I think the problem was why you had more guests before is because Kevin just kicked my ass every single time I played trivia. This guy's
It's like,
got like a
please.
scanner.
get a guest in so I can beat them.
Seriously.
please.
Yeah. From now
Yeah.
on, I'm coming up with new rules still because if we ever go back to it, you're not gonna beat me as bad.
Kevin can only watch half of it.
Yes. You have to watch
Yeah.
it. So we record on Monday. Your last day to watch is the Monday before. So you have time
no.
to forget about some stuff.
No internet searches after.
Right.
telling
Yeah.
you.
Right.
Don't-
Right.
Yeah,
That's
I got a
funny.
notebook full. It's all written in
Nope.
crayon. I've been starting since I was like 2.
It's in crayon.
yeah. So.
All right.
Anyways,
Well, thanks everybody for watching.
yes. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Have a wonderful week.
See ya.